Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to fix your LG washing machine if it's giving you an LE error or it's having problems spinning. I'll be helping you to sort that out. So coming up in this episode. So LE error means that something is going wrong with the motor position sensor, the rotor position sensor on your washing machine. So it's something simple. To fix that, you're going to need a couple of tools. So you're going to need a flathead screwdriver, and you're going to need a number 10 millimeter socket, and you're going to need a star screwdriver, and you're going to need a hammer, and you're going to need a 17 millimeter socket on a ratchet. So everything that you need to do with the washing machine is at the back of the washing machine. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to turn off the power and disconnect the power to the washing machine, because we'll be working on the back of the washing machine. So join along as we fix it. So I'll turn around my washing machine, and we need to remove the back cover. So at the back of the washing machine, there is a cover there that we need to remove so that we can access the motor, the direct drive motor of the washing machine. So to do that, there are 4 screws at the back holding this, the cover that holds it. So we'll turn it around like so. Make sure you don't strain your back. It's a bit heavy. All right, so here we are. So everything that you need to access is behind that metal silver panel that you can see there. We're going to need to remove that and then access the motor of the washing machine. So let's get into it. Right, so you're going to need to take a star screwdriver. There'll be 4 screws at the back of the washing machine. Just clear these things out of the way so that they stay out of your way, so you can have better access to the back of the washing machine. So if that stays in place, we'll be in business. All right, it's got other ideas, but anyway, there's 4 screws, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. So just remove those. Beautiful. All right, so now we've got our screws off. To remove this back panel, it's very simple. Make sure you put your screws somewhere where you remember where you put them, so you don't lose them. All right, otherwise you'll be running around looking for these things. All right, so it's pretty easy process to repair this. Sorry about this hose, it's got its own ideas. There we go. All right, it's out of the way now. Whew. All right, to remove this panel, you're gonna need to lift it up, and then at the bottom you pull it out like that, and then slide it down. There you go. So that's our motor. That's the motor that we need to access. So let's move in a bit closer so that you guys can know what we're talking about and what you need to look for when you're fixing your washing machine. All right, so that's the motor. So that's where you're getting the error, because it's not detecting the movement of the motor properly. That's why it's giving us that error. So there is a part there that we need to change. The part we need to change, I'll show you once we have it off. It's the rotor position sensor. Easily changeable. At this stage, you're going to need to get your number 17 millimeter socket and your ratchet. What we want to do is we want to remove this bolt that is holding this to the washing machine. So we insert it here, and then lefty loosey, righty tighty. So you see I'm trying to turn it, but it's turning the whole drum. It's turning the whole washing machine. So the trick is try to get your hammer, and then with the other hand just hold the magnet, this whole metal thing, with the other hand, and then with the hammer give it a whack. There you go. That's loosened up. That's tight because there's a bit of Loctite that they put in there when these washing machines are new. The Loctite prevents the washing machine from coming out while the washing machine's spinning. So it's very necessary. All right, so let's take him off and see what is going on here. So also remembering to put that bolt somewhere where you will remember where it is. All right. Now, to remove this motor, it's as simple as putting your fingers behind it and sort of wiggling it out. It's a magnet, so it's going to try to push itself back in, but you just wiggle it out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out as you're pulling side to side. There you go. It is out. So you can see inside, it's just a magnet. So we're almost there. Now that you've got that off, you need to remove these screws, these bolts, so that you can remove this part. So before you do that, you need to remove, there's some screws that hold the harness for this wire. You need to remove them. That's one, and that's two. Ugh. Don't be like me dropping screws everywhere. And just try to disconnect the loom. There's just a little tab thing that you push and you pull it down. The other one's a bit harder to do while it's on there, but now that you've removed one, you can take care of the other one. Now with your 10 millimeter socket, you're going to need to remove these bolts. So 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6. There we go. He's out. So there we go. Now to disconnect that, you just push on these two tabs, push them in and wiggle them out. Sometimes you have to get a flat screwdriver and pry it out. Just be careful not to break it. It's a bit sensitive. So this bit, there's two tabs here. You push, and let's just try to wiggle them out. There we go. All right, beautiful. Okay, so what's giving us that LE error is this part, which is the rotor position sensor. That sensor has gone bad, so we need to change that and put in the new one. That way our washing machine will be back to good and we can get back to washing again. So removing it, there's some tabs holding it. So you'll see there's a tab on this side. Just undo that tab with your flat screwdriver. Actually, there's 3 tabs. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3 tabs. 1, 2, 3 tabs. So you'll see that on yours as well. The first one you want to remove is the one at the back here. So just lift that out. And then he lifts out partially. Once you remove that, the other ones are just easy enough to come out. And then that's it. That's the culprit. That's what's giving you problems. So you change that. That will probably set you back about maybe 80 Australian dollars or so. If you're in the US, it's a different story. But change that and you'll be good. So putting on the new one is the same as putting out the old one. So what you want to do is take note of the one you just took out, the positions that everything was in, and put this one in the right position. So putting it in just at the back first, and then the front follows, just like that. Easy as pie. Beautiful. All right, so putting it back, first thing we're going to do is plug in these, otherwise this thing won't work. You go to start it and then it will give you another error. So push this in, and then these go at the bottom. As you can see, it just lines up with where it's supposed to be. Put back our bolts and our nuts, and we would be good to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you do them up nice and tight. And do them in opposites so that everything goes back together nicely. Right, beautiful. All right, now we're ready to put back these screws. Remember to put these back, otherwise if you don't put these back, Alright guys, so when you're putting back this rotor, just make sure you do all the nuts up nice and tight so that it doesn't come loose. Then we're going to put back this bit. Okay, so wiggle it, make sure the splines line up. See, there's some splines in there. If they don't line up, it doesn't go in properly. So you just try to line it up and it goes in until it's almost all the way. Get some Loctite, put it around this bolt, and then put it in and make him nice and tight. Now you don't need the hammer, just use your hand. Say you probably need to do that up to about 80 Newton meters until it feels like really tight by hand. And then that should be it. Doesn't hurt to be a bit more sure. There we go. And that's it. That's how you sort out that LE error. When you start it up again, then it'll be fine. The error will be gone. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions or any issues with yours, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to help. So this will apply to most models. It's not only for this model, but most models with the direct drive motor in it, you'll be able to do this fix. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers, till next time.